Now the new cuts. Let's come. No. Okay, the new cuts, but I'll start the new cuts with probably the oldest of those new cuts, King Kaka.
So King Kaka, I really liked his music. I admire his hustle. When all is said and done, he's more ruthless than anyone else out there, and that's how you need to succeed. I met King Kaka through Kevin Provoke. And then one thing led to another. We did some songs together, but most importantly, we're always talking on like, what should I do for biashara? Just those things you just, like business-wise. He'd come to the studio, we'd talk. At the same time when Kevin were coming to Wangeshi, because the studio in... I didn't record many of his songs. I think there's only 3 or 4 songs of his I've done.
But there's a national anthem one.
Freedom at last. Arambe, Arambe. As I partake this journey, far away. Home is where I desire to stay. Lord bless me and bless my way. More so, bless Kenya.
Then there's the national anthem one. There's the one with double HP.
Okay. Hello. Mambo. Uko. Aje. Basi vaka ujadunga. Sangapi unadunda. Kuna mafisi hapa. Mifupa utakuta. Una speak body language. Sielewi hiyo lugha. Drinks on the house. Sio ni true story. Leta action. Leta fashion zingine. VIP na HHP. Tuko ndani ya ikulu. Slang. Swag. Swana na Zulu. Corridor zimesona. Drinks nyamchoma. Niko na my current. Ana cheki my ex. Mina check the next. Atakuwa my latest.
We did with Provoke. But I think the link with King Kaka comes when I moved out of
Nkari Lavington.
I went to set up Ennovator Music on Riverside Drive. Yes. So he calls me. He's like, "There's this chick I need you to meet. She's called Fee. This is 2014 or 2015. Like, I need you to meet her. She wants to do some jams." I'm like, "Hey, me, I'm out of that racket. It's either TV, commercials." So he keeps convincing me. Then what happens is end of 2014, Endemol give me a call. They're like, "Hey, we're returning a TV format back. It's like a American Idol with 3 judges, whatever. So we'd like you to do some work on it." And so I meet with the director of the show. We sit down, and she's like, "Who do you think can be like one of the judges, the panel, the coaches?" So that's why I inserted Rabbit into that story.
What's the name of this show?
Maisha Superstar.
Yes, Maisha Superstar.
Kila siku ni kama final bana. Hello. Nasikia kulia.
If you proposed right now, I would say yes.
Bang, 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 bang.
Inspired me.
You guys, what?
Respect kabisa.
Fila, you're safe.
Not crying this week. It's been a mini.
Watch Maisha Superstar Mondays at 8 p.m. DSTV channel 161.
I call him. I'm like, "There's this show is coming. What you need to do is this chick will call you. Say yes." That's how Rabbit got onto that show. Then, so they start casting and everything. Rabbit is like, "As we're doing this show, let's meet at..." This chick has been really pestering me, and I can't. What she's trying to do, I can't deliver, because I'm very clear with the direction Kaka Empire is going. Come with this chick called Phyllis Mwihaki. I'm like, God damn, how do you sell someone called that? Anyway, smile and wave. You don't know where mahali mutakutana.
Yeah.
I remember we sat at Java Junction. He came, he's just looking like a wide-eyed campus student. Just the struggle to listen to her. She's telling me how she wants to be like, I don't know, Gorillas meets just a band. Rabbit is like, you see what I was telling you?
You don't even know Gorillas.
I listened to her, but she had conviction, man, and she had done her homework. Like finally, like, you know, this is now 2015. No, I've not been doing music for a while. I'm just like, it's a rap. I'm like, this chick is interesting. So I think Rabbit even told her there's this competition, so you come and
Check in.
Jaribu, we see if we'll. Allah. She comes, she wins hits. She ends up winning every episode. She ends up winning. But like, yo! And she was good. Like me, the first time she performed at the show, I was like, wow!
Chochote utafanya nitafuata, utachora nane kichora saba, and I promise I will never be a player. You're my red card, no longer middle fielder. Be my man and I'll be your will brother, and I let no girl try to lay us under. Now wakijaribu kutulea sasanga, Mungu moja nitawapiga ngeta.
She was really, really, really good. I told Rabbit, okay.
She can bring me back.
Yeah, like she can bring me back. Let's wait and see. If she wins this thing, I remember I told Rabbit, if she wins this thing, I'll come back to the music industry.
What? Thank you, Fee.
Like, if Fee wins this thing.
Narudi.
And
I'm signing her.
Yeah. So now, actually, even the signing was strange in that, that, you know, those shows, those deals are cut somewhere in SA.
Yeah.
But this time, someone there was smart. He was like, yo, every time we do these shows,
somebody in SA signs the artist.
And they end up doing some other shambolic nonsense. The artists get up angry, depressed, nothing ever works. We've never had like a G-star from this thing. So remember, the SA guys were like, we know, we've worked with you for like 15 years. You do this, let's create a label. Because there's already 4 or 5 labels on the table. That's why you remember, if you watch Maisha Superstar, they don't say she will get a record label with. They say she'll just get a record label. Because there was, they didn't want to commit. There's 3 or 4, there's 2 or 3 labels from SA, there's 1 from here. There's 2 from here, I think. Me was not even in the running. Me was just a contractor, supplier. I supply sound equipment, I supply backline, and I help with some A&R, which is like, maybe this is like the music business things. I was never even in the running for the record label because I don't have a record label. This is 2015.
Yeah, Ennovator Music.
It was just, we invoice for commercial work.
Yes.
I'm done.
I'm done with my wounds, man.
I'm done with the wounds. Kuliko jana. That's the song of my life. Like, that's the anthem to my life. So if he wins this thing, I talk with these guys, they're like, yo, we just sense her spirit and yours click. There's all these labels who are offering to sign her, but we kind of think, that guy just told me, point blank, I think they're bullshit. So just go do some stuff that will help you where we can. But even if nothing works out, it'll be someone who knows the landscape, who she can gel with, she always wanted to work with you. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So God just connected things. Things just aligned.
So now when we do the first song with Fee, Ruka, like, yo, everyone likes it.
Ruka, leo hatulali jo, dunda asubuhi mpaka kesho jo, washanare mademu na machali tu, usijali hali nipoona juu. Ruka, leo hatulali jo, dunda asubuhi mpaka kesho jo, washanare mademu na machali tu, usijali hali nipoona juu.
That beat, I think it was even meant for Blinky.
That's the one featuring Calligraph Jones.
Yeah, that's the one with Calligraph and Rabbit. So like, she's dope, everyone likes her, Nini. In a very short span of time, I mean between when now we decide to come back. I reopen the label, which means we're doing everything. And then now I've learned all my lessons. I think it's, for me, I'd say I finally found, like, I'm happy in the sense that I can see a return on investment for the first time. Imagine with Fee.
What?
After all that time.
We're talking 20, let's even say.
And that's working so many years.
Yeah.
I mean, from
and
pop
with the biggest artists,
from pop artists
to Kora award-winning artists,
to even River Road. Dude, I did Kayamba Africa's biggest songs. That Mugithi song that always plays at weddings.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I've never seen. Yeah, like now I'd be driving.
Adurine mogatete, mogidoyo. Adurine mogatete, mogidoyo. Adurine mogatete, mogidoyo.
But Kenya, the way Kenya is set up, royalties, nini.
When my bank account is set up, we got the checking and the savings. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then
you
also
did that wedding song.
So what happened is Ambrose started it, then he was like, he left. So I finished the song.
Dude, you know who else you worked with? You did Chit Chat.
I did you guys, like I did, like I've done mainstream.
Have you done Giuliani?
I've done Giuliani, I've done even Eden Musica.
And what is I heard that you did with Lingala?
General Defao did some other Lingala things that traumatized my life. I said never, never.
That's crazy. So anyway, so Fee.
So Fee is like, so I was also, but then also looking at the ecosystem, like I like what, when all is said and done, I like what guys like Sauti Sol have been able to do in the last 3-4 years. Nyash, Elani, guys want to listen to their own music. Corporates want to pay. I've been fortunate enough when any big music thing rolls into town, from TPF to Coke Studio, and now even with Safaricom to Eza, like someone always throws my hat in the ring because they think I'll bring something that will be of value to the thing. And now, like, it's so interesting to see people, we actually want our stars. The reaction when, what's this British dude who came for Jamieson Live? The guy was on Earthquake with Labyrinth. Some kind of British black dude, I don't know, I forget. He performed, and just looking at the reaction after, I mean, he killed it, he was awesome. But the artists who played just before him, Calligraph Jones, Fee, Della, guys love their acts. You know me, Annie, I've come from a place where music, no one ever took it seriously. To see guys loving their artists like that, it's such an awesome thing.
I think that's what you guys did. I think
it's such a phenomenal thing. Like the love that you see Calligraph, like guys are going to fight on the internet about your artist.
Dude, I was
wow.
Calligraph on Instagram, and he says a word a cappella, and the crowd finishes all the
yeah. Like Calligraph for me now is the evolution of everything that was meant to come. And then now it's because of Calligraph. No, dude, me I thought Calligraph Calligraph is now, like how these things work out. Because of Rabbit, I met Calligraph. Calligraph, the first time I met with him is when you're recording Ruka. Yes? Then, me I'm tense because this is the hottest guy. Me I'm a has-been old producer. I'm trying to sign this chick who I'm telling everyone she's hot. Calligraph comes to the studio, he's gushing, he's like, dude, I used to listen to everything you used to do. I'm like, dude, this is so weird.
This is how I know it's crazy. Calligraph sends me a Instagram, and the guy is rapping Close Your Eyes.
Yani, Calligraph knows his music history.
In fact, part of the reason why
Calligraph tells me how Yani he was a bouncer. And that's how Yani he made it. Like, he was a bouncer. Like, his first fan base was just...
That's crazy.
And then so now we do this thing with Fee, she takes off, like she's been there, done that, and she's doing a lot of cool things. Then now because of Calligraph, I've signed my second artist, because I've started looking for, there's 2 or 3 other, I'm looking for, like, there's 3 or 4 other artists that we've signed, but the one who's come out first is a guy called Joey. If you look at Kali Cartel. There's a guy in that jam.
Yanni, wait. My nigga, I want the cake. This hating niggas gon' hate. I don't really fuck with this fake.
These niggas tryna be Drake with killers up in this place.
Mini Pemita Kada and a shorty that's from the state. Now we're buying them. Y'all can even fuck with the standards. I told the OG, man, fuck it. Let's go murder these rappers. We stacking bangers on bangers. Going ham on these records. You fuck around, get your body, put your blood on my canvas. Now check you, Buddha. How my nigga wanna die in my legend? I Watoshi Unga, cause bitch, I'm on my 7-Eleven. I'm coming at you like Taliban, like a fucking intended. No pun intended, but my lyricism higher than heaven. Man, I'm a beast. Y'all better get your niggas in line. The way we do this ain't no rapper that's gon' match on these rounds. The whole squad moving bigger than a couple of lions. Itabidi marapa wote wakasome alliance. Lakini cheki my nigga, kani mistari napiga. Kimedu finger na dinya game, I'm the nigga, go figure. Toka Mombasa, so I probably got a couple of hitters. The South God, I just beat it up, nakali yuazika.
Yes, I'm Toy in there. He's 19, dude. He's closer to my son than to me. But he's good. And then the thing is, I called, like, that's how this thing works. When that song came out, I called him. And he's like, I know what you're looking for. He's like, you never just call loosely. Because like Calligraph.
So that's how you got him? Because
Yeah.
you called Calligraph.
I called Calligraph, I was like, is this dude cool? He's like, yes. And then Calligraph said, he's like me, but younger. He's hungry, he's a dope MC. I'm like, me, I've signed a new artist. If you snooze, I was like, me, I've signed a new artist, but if you snooze, I'll sign that dude, but take him. Like, that's how this thing works.
Relationship.
It's relationship. I was like, is he dodgy? Like, is like, and that's how this thing works. Calligraph vouched for a guy the same way. I mean, I met Calligraph through King Kaka. I met Fee through King Kaka. So in as much as I may have made disagreements in the background, guys don't need to know. The industry, provided the industry keeps growing and we keep pulling other
Despite
guys
the
up.
domains of the,
Yeah.
or the wounds.
Joey, this kid is 20 this year. Calligraph is 28. Me, I'm 37. So there's like 10 years in between, or 8 years in between each of us. And me, Suzanne, is older than me by 20 years.
That's crazy.
But until we can always, of course you'll be hurt.
Yeah. But toughen up.
Toughen up, man.
So is this now teamwork? Where Ennovator...
Teamwork is just maybe doing midlife. Teamwork came from Provoke. He told me, Tim, you look like someone's uncle. Like we were just chilling, and Provoke, for when it's all said and done, he's very brutal. Like unakaa ka MCA fulani. Tutaenda Toi tukununulia ma Air Max. You start wearing fitting clothes. Easy ma sleeveless tutaenda uzivai. You start wearing t-shirts. Hawezi kuwa na label ya representing fia alafu unakaa ka MCA. Msi anafanya sijui agency ingine hapo kibaba. I was so crushed.
That is so good.
Like, go, run, lose weight. You know, Provoke is just mad.
Yeah.
It's like, utajita teamwork. I'm like, yeah, you know what, it's just, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just.
But I feel like this is like...
So like now we've even done some jams with Naiboy that are coming out. Like, I mean, it's so interesting. Like, we've done another jam with Naiboy and it's so fire. Like, this is so strange to be back in this place.
It is, eh?
Yeah, but also you guys don't know Naiboy has been in this thing for a minute. That's what guys don't know. You know Rap Damu is Naiboy, eh?
No, I didn't know.
You remember Rap Damu from back in the day?
Yes.
That's Naiboy.
What?
He woke up, he erased his whole identity. Guys don't know.
And changed.
Rap Damu is Naiboy. They're the same person.
That
hardcore hip hopper was called Rap Damu.
Yes, I remember.
That's Naiboy.
What?
Naiboy is a veteran.
Why then did Noel Dericho come to you? Because you also gave him his first pop song.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they said about you. There's something special deep inside you. Lift up your head, 'cause I am always with you. Says the one who made you. It doesn't matter what they said about you. There's something special deep inside you. Lift up your head, 'cause I am always with you. Says the one who made you.
I don't know, for me it was an interesting song to do. At that time I was listening to a lot of William House. I still do some songs on and off, but unless like now if I'm working with you, it's like either a record deal type thing. Yeah, like walk-ins, because you see the problem with someone walking in and say I want to pay you is the amount of work that I'm putting into it is very little to that what you want to pay me, 15K or 20K. And most importantly, even if you pay me what I want, you have no idea how to blow yourself up. And I can say that without blinking. You have zero ideas of how to make people like you. You may be talented, you may be a great singer, but 20K views. Dude, you're going to spend maybe 30 Gs or 40 Gs on the higher side doing a song. You'll spend 200 Gs on a video, right? And then?
How does that return?
What is your return? What's your ROI? At least you tell me you should be able to say I spent 240 here and it opened there and there. Even if it doesn't come directly, but if you can't measure success, and that's why for me I don't do walk-ins anymore. And then if you look at like even the guys who are on top of the production game right now, Monsieur Kaz going up in a label, say do the same thing. Because you want to control the entire process. You want to control the recording,
the distribution.
You want to control distribution, and most importantly, the brand. There's no reason why you can be Beyonce in here, but then you are Nini Maranatha or Ron Kenoli in life. It doesn't work. And you see it with a lot of artists. There's a brand mismatch.
That's true.
Or you're really dope over here, on either way, your brand and your music, but your biashara is a hot mess. All your songs are on YouTube, and there's not a single song of yours anywhere people can buy. Then what's the point? Why are you spending? You're performing for free everywhere. That's why walk-ins are hard. For me, it's like a waste of time. Because then when you have that conversation with artists, they're like, oh, you're too money-minded, or hii kitu ni boring. As one artist told me, hizo mahesabu na hizo malecture mi sipendangi. Then go fail.
But last question.
Like it's literally that. And because for me, the reason why I'm rough like that is, one thing I learned when we were pitching for Abe is like, yo, guys who are probably going to put money in your business, venture capitalists. There's no emotion.
Exactly.
I remember this guy told me, it's not I don't like you, it's just, I don't know if you're ready to scale, I don't know if I can trust you, come back in a year. Come back with a better pitch. Come, show me, convince me. And then he told me after $1,000, it's not about the money, it's what I feel about you. Do you know how important that is? He said after 100K, if someone is paying you more than 100K on anything, it's not about the money because they know they can get it for less. Did you know that? After 100K, do you know there's motifs you can buy for 50 guanyes? But why do you guys go buy cars for 100 mil? It's because what they feel about. That guy said after 100,000 shillings, $1,000, anything in the world, after $1,000, you're not buying that thing. You're buying you're buying the reputation of the thing.
Exactly.
You're buying what it makes you feel and what it does for you in the future. So the same thing works for the music business. And which is what people, those who realize that early succeed.
That's crazy. I didn't thought of it like that. Last one. Your album. What another way that you reinvented yourself is that you're singing.
Moving, wind is moving, and my heart's beating like a drum. Will you hold me, never leave me, I'm losing. My soul is bruised and needle in the hand I'm using, 'cause of you.
Really, that was also provoke. I done a song. This is over Coke Studio. That song we did stand up, yes? I done that song. You know, I always sing whenever I'm writing for people's songs, but it's always a guide vocal. I don't think I'm good enough like in a Noel or any of these new kids. I always do a guide vocal, right? Then I played it for Mastercraft. This is dope. I want to jump on it.
What?
Then Provoke had it. He's like, Let Wangeshi come onto it. This is 2015. This is a very old song, right? Then I record a guide track for them to sing over, right? Then through Provoke, I met a boy called, what is his name? I've forgotten. He'll be so upset when he watches this. Anyway, and he's even my student in Daystar. He was my student in Daystar. Jarrell! Jarrell. So I'd written a guide vocal for a guy to sing over, right? I don't know how it ended up going out with my vocal. That's what I'll say. I don't think I'll ever sing, but like I can sing enough to do guides, but to do harmonies, but never a lead.
But so you're working on an album? I'm
doing more music. Whether it'll be an album or be whatever. For myself, right now there's Features, which is Fee's third EP that's coming out. It's called Features.
I see what you're doing. Boo. No.
There you have to wake up.
You know, let me tell you something very
Then there's Joey. We've just started working on this record. You get Joey is so dope. By the time Calligraphy sing is like me, end quote. I'll even look for that voice recording.
Has Joey done his own song with Calligraph?
Yes, he's on that feature Calicatel, but now it's not when we're working on his own material. Then I'm thinking of doing more stuff, but it's not like now the things we want to do. That's self-actualization music. Yeah.
It's like Milele's Monday album.
Yeah, something like that. Because then I've got into an interesting space. Like Osborne Masharia asked me to help him with a score for that Black Panther promo thing that they did.
Whoa.
So it's good to say nimefanyia kazi ya Marvel.
That's crazy.
And that has also opened some other doors. So I want to do like more of the film stuff, because I really you know how guys listen to Kendrick. Me, I'd go listen to the score of Wonder Woman, and I'd be like, yo.
What film stuff have you done?
I've done a lot of films. Like there's 2 or 3 films. I can't talk about them. You only talk about them after they come out. Yeah.
Any that have come out?
So many, but you wouldn't know because you don't watch indie films.
Oh yeah.
Kenyan, even if I say I've done The House on the Hills, you don't know what that is.
Have you done Disconnected?
No, Disconnected was, I think, Musiok's on that.
Oh yes, actually it was Musiok's. But that's crazy. So, okay.
This whole thing is about multiple
revenue streams.
Multiple revenue streams. Even look at the guys who are at the top of, even if it was to use hip hop as or even pop music as a benchmark. Jay-Z. Let me even start with Africa. Diamond. Dude is selling perfume, peanuts.
It's from God, a
TV station. Peanuts, dude. Peanuts. Perfume. There's even, and he is endorsing some other Mitishamba guy in one of his videos. There's the music business. He's now signing other artists, so that means it's publishing. Kina Rayvanny and all those other guys. So you have to diversify your, and then if you look at now mainstream, guys like Dre, his biggest cash cow was not from Shady Aftermath, Interscope, all those things. If you've watched that 4-part series.
Yeah, it was
Beats. But Beats didn't appear magically. It was everything he did before that led to a beat. So for me, I think that's the reason I'm in this rat race. For a deal like that, where you can just be like, we have made it, man. Like, I've arrived.
Nimefika.
Or even 50 and Revolt TV and all these other things, his restaurants, his clothes. Jay-Z, he's a tech investor. Tidal, Rock Nation. So if you don't diversify and you think that it's jam songs, Miros first of all don't want to buy your songs. So how would you make it? So you have to diversify. And I think investing in other people. If you look at what all those guys are doing, it's just empowerment. Maybe you get that's the only thing to do it. I mean, look, RK has brought up at RK, Siox and Decimo, that Brian Nadra and a couple of other kids.
Yeah, hey, that's a whole new generation. Parting shot. What's your Koheri?
Koheri.
Or your Imagine guys have watched all this, and this is a stranger, a guy who probably had never known you until today. What would be your parting shot to maybe where the industry is, opportunities, where we're going? I don't know. What's your parting shot?
I think for me, my parting shot is not to be too afraid. Because fear makes you paralyzed. I've gone through highs and lows, some really low where you literally have ulcers and depression. Like, cause you know you want to do this, but you'd rather get rejected. Worst case scenario, you know that thing doesn't work. So for me, it's fear. See, like whatever exercise, I don't know, it's mental exercise, I don't know what you do to face your fear. Do things that give you more rejection, because then if for nothing else, I'll never forget when, like after 2 years, I met Julia, because she was in Ma3, then things happened, then she went to the UK, then she went Capital, then now over 25. And I met her after a long time. She was like, being in Ma3 was the best thing for her, because it taught her how to stand in front of crowds. Because it was literally deep end. One day she was in USIU, next she's performing in Rwanda. Like the day she joined Ma3, I told her we have a gig in Rwanda. So it's like, maybe, and she's like, if we never did that, like, so you're able to improvise. Like, fear is so bad, especially you want to be in the arts, we are too afraid. And then put the phone down and learn how to talk to people. That's for me, I think, the thing that we've lost as a skill. How to get people to like you without liking their photographs. How do you get Esther to like me?
That's crazy.
How do I get Esther to like me enough for us to hang out? How do I like Esther enough to like me and hang out, and then he cuts me a check?
That's true.
And then what will I do for him so it's not just a one-way relationship?
Now you're talking.
For me, those are the things that, and then that's because for me, Suzanne, I keep going back to, find yourself someone like a Suzanne Gashukia. Lee taught me tech. Tech you can find on YouTube, right? I'm not that I'm knocking, but
I get it.
Everything I learned from Lee is on YouTube, right? Kato learned how to play guitar on YouTube, right?
He's touring the world.
Yeah. So, but then now that thing for like a physical human being, who you're going to listen to and be like, you know, I don't know everything. Now it's when I want to become old is when I see the value of everything.
Yeah.
And it's not that today there'll be a lesson. Today we are going to learn about shaking hands. It's just because you're around someone's presence, you watch and learn. Because that's what happens. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. This whole business of music TV, you'll always be with someone who brings you up. Danger with Timbaland, DD with Andre Harrell. It's always, there's always guys, people don't know that guy, that laughing meme guy, the guy who people laugh at, the guy who's on the keyboard. That's like that guy created Neo Soul as a genre. We don't know, we just see him on the roots.
That's crazy. I need to have a conversation with Suzanne. How she's been managed to keep all those years, all the way to Camp Mula, and do it again,
Camp Mula.
And again.
And then the hearing 20 years older than me.
That's crazy. I mean, me, 1 million records sold.
Yeah.
Like platinum, and this is documented.
That's not Suzanne, that's ex-hubby.
Oh, yes.
Guido.
Yeah, that's Guido.
Yeah, but Suzanne, man, Suzanne is, please find a way. I can hook you up, but you know she lives in Ireland now.
She does, huh? She married Uko?
Yeah.
Anyway, this thing, the world is too tiny. There's a way.
Yeah, so I always plug things. There's 2 things I'm working on right now, 3 things that you can look out for. Fee's upcoming album called Features. It features many people. It's really good. Joey, who is a really dope MC. If you like Kendrick or Chance or Nasty C, but from Uku, Kenya. Like he has an edginess that we've not had in a while. Then the last thing is Towers Alive. Wherever you are, just go check it out. It's like great music. Me, I had some arrangements Sedo had done for Nyashinsky. If it rolls into your town, go watch it.
Dude, explain to me to Always Alive, in fact. Then we end there.
So to Always Alive is, music is one of the three things. There's community, just bringing people together, right? And music, they felt strong, is one of the things that brings people together. Second thing is health.
So it's like a Safaricom Live in that aspect.
Yeah,
and concert.
It's a concert, but with other things that happen around it. So the concert is a culmination of us guys rocking into your space. So there's health camps, there's farming camps, like the farmers can do. Then at the end, there's a giant concert. So let's say we're in Eldoret. There'll be like a health camp, free healthcare for guys, Nini. Like the whole day, it's health. Then on another day, there'll be a farming thing through their DG app. Then now, the culmination of all this is packaged into a cool concert. There's also music, and the musicians are also part of telling that story. So, if you look at the things that we really care about, we want to be entertained, we also want to eat, we want to be healthy.
That's exactly true. Well thought out.
It's very well thought out.
And then now, what's this bit of? Is it like an auditions and?
So now, what's happening is to get engagement from people who are like the first one was in Eldoret. So there's two things that are happening. It's not, we don't just show up and just bring Nairobi stars.
Exactly.
Which has been done before with all these things. So it's about that space. Like in Eldoret, what happens is there's two producers attached to it, me and Msiox. So Msiox find like what happened in Eldoret is they set up maybe like 2 weeks before, do an audition for an MC and an artist. Right? Just identifying who is flames in that space, right? And then you get to cut a collaboration with your idol who is performing on Taweza. Like you see for... Yeah, and the song will be ready. So even above the other guys who are performing,
like if
like the guy who won that thing didn't know he was going to collaborate with Naiboy. So they cut a song and you perform it in front of like those 20,000 kids and your song goes out. It's like the best plug you could ever get.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So there's that. So now I'm doing what's called Legend, which is the same thing, but it's like an older big time artist, like maybe our Masi Masika, and now the person who is really big there. So Mr. does for youth them.
Yes, you do for the older them.
Older them. Team Dentures.
So who did the other number you can't say right now?
So it already aired, so it's already on YouTube.
So in fact I'll put it into this, so like
so like it was Naiboy and a guy, I'll tell you his name, I'll send you those details. And then the legend one was Masi Masika and a guy called Josephat Koech.
Feeling?
Yo, dude, it's the first time he had a Ndege. He was like, he's huge in LD, but for me, it's just seeing that thing from bringing two audiences together. Because it's huge in Kale.
Yes.
With like, I call it that genre of music that I call ratchet gospel. That one, like, really fast paced.
Yeah.
Then it's like it looks comedic.
So why did you choose him? He won.
I chose him because it's also guided by data. At least for my part. You see, Monsieur Kaz is guided by who's the best in the audition.
Yes.
For me, it's just like...
I mean, you have to take the right person in the area.
For me, it's the right person in the area, and also he's really, really, really popular. You see, in Nairobi, you'd think it's parody, but in LD,
they are like, whoa.
Like he's the star for there. Like he just, like the show aired on Friday, he sent us some screenshots, because now we're on a group with him, because this thing aired on Friday, I've gotten a wedding today.
That's crazy. Okay, I get.
So it's like that thing for bringing guys together in a way that makes sense for them. So it makes sense for you wherever you are. So
But 20 years on, even the shocking thing is the relationship. You know what? My biggest takeout from this whole interview? Relationships.
it's relationships. Shake the right hand, shake hands. I always keep saying that. Shake the right hand. It doesn't matter. Do you know beats? Anyone can do beats. Singing, anyone can sing. Which musician?
Anyone can produce. Or make
Anyone
beats.
can
Yes,
produce.
not-
Dude,
yeah,
I
make
hear
beats.
producers. Like, there's a guy from Coast called Techniques. There's Jack on the beat. Is Sedo. There's a young there's a young guy called Joel Motoria, who is a producer, live arranger. He's 20, dude. Like there's I'm just counting for you the guys who are flames right now. There's Jegede at Pacho. Like this time I hear music, there's those kids from there's what's his name? He's like the guy who is like the father figure of this new Nairobi movement. You'll pause, it will come to me. Anyway, this Kinateo. If you're in this racket to be the best producer or the best singer, quit now. Me, I hear things on SoundCloud or guys who've sent me things. And by then I'm like, this is the day I retire. Frankly, there's singers out there, there's, she's called Candy Kiogora.
Hey, she's good.
You guys just want to die. And there's also, like yesterday I was at this guitar concert put by the Conservatoire of Music. They do an annual guitar concert. The singers I heard there. And these are guys, they're not in the limelight, you don't know about them.
Nothing.
You know nothing.
They're
They're just known by friends.
When Sauti Sol were called Alliance.
Yes. There's guys I've heard, there's a chick called Christine, Uzele's daughter, Yani. There's people who have heard yesterday, like, shit. For me, it's just, I think there's a lot of good people who are just hidden. Just get out. Don't fear rejection. It's good for you. It's good for ointment.
Yeah.
It's success.
It's good for even where you're going to, where you want to go to.
I'd rather you be told it was. Did you read? I mean, for me, the parting shot is something I read this week that has nothing to do with the music. It could be real, it could be some bullshit, but I really liked how. I don't know if you've seen that Cellulant has raised some money, and the guy was saying there he's done. That guy's already like billionaire status. The guy for Ken Joroge of Cellulant, and according to what I read, it could be true, it could be some PR, but he's saying he did it for 400 meetings to secure this one deal. You guy, 400. I don't know if I'm that patient, and that's what one thing all of us don't realize. 400 meetings over 3 or 4 years. Wow, food for thought, huh?
Food for thought.
Cellulant, those guys who make banking software and ring back tunes.
I know Cellulant. They owe me a lot of money.
Yeah, wakulipe, by the way.
Walipe wase. Nasikia sasa yuko na pesa.
Wako na billions.
Sawa, you guys, thank you so much for that interview.